Hey friends, what's up? Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents Scents. Hope that you guys are doing awesome. Today I have a review of a top-notch, ultra expensive, high-end niche brand. Oh wait, nope, a real cheap clone from Armaf. Yeah, Armaf. They've hit us with such classic gems as Club de Nuit Intense Man, Club de Nuit Milestone, Club de Nuit Sillage, and many other clones. Today we're taking a look at a lesser known clone. It's Armaf Derby Clubhouse Intense. Yes, Intense for men. Wonderful. So in today's video, I'm gonna break down the fragrance for you. I'm gonna show you that good old presentation, that top of the line Armaf presentation we've all grown to love. And I'll let you know also what this is a clone of, at least as best as I can tell, and let you know whether or not you should check it out. So let's jump into it. Also guys, this has nothing to do at all with this review today, but let me give you some codes really quickly because I have a new one from luckyscent.com, which is Gents10, give you 10% off the website. Lucky Scent, huge niche retailer. We're talking about Armaf, so it's like the complete opposite of that, but still yet, save yourself 10% off if you shop on the website because a lot of the things they have there, you can only get at retail, and 10% off is better than 0% off. Also, twistedlily.com, Gents10, same deal, 10% off. And then jomashop.com, Gents8, $8 off, any order over 110. Now, this one I bought from FRAGNET, but I don't remember exactly what I paid for it. Let me look it up. Took me a second to find the order, $23.30. Okay, with that out of the way, let's check out this presentation. Here we got the box. You have the name of the house, name of the fragrance, the size, the concentration, all there on the front, 100 ml eau de parfum. Armaf logo up on top of the box, nothing on the sides. On the back, you have the ingredients, and on the bottom, the batch code. My bottle expires 7/20/25. And here is the bottle. Now, one thing you'll notice on the front is there's a little bit of scuffing on this metal plate on the front of the bottle. That's how it came. So it was a little bit beat up in the box. I imagine that most of you out there, if you buy this, it's gonna look the same. So you have Intense for Men on the side of the front of the bottle there, nothing on the back. On the bottom, you have a sticker, and the cap does click into place. All right, you know what time it is. It's time to waste a spray or two sprays. All right, here we go. It's passable. Armaf doesn't have great atomizers a lot of the times. This one isn't the worst from the house though, so that's something. All right, $23 and some change for Derby Clubhouse Intense for Men, which I keep almost calling Club de Nuit because anytime I hear club and Armaf, I'm just like, Club de Nuit. All right, when you first spray on Derby Clubhouse Intense for Men, what do you get? Well, for the first few seconds, kind of an alcohol chemical kind of smell, but it very quickly dissipates. You have lavender that comes out, a little bit of an ambroxan feel, and a good amount of vanilla. The vanilla, a little bit dusty, kind of a dusty vanilla, but not overly so. Maybe a small hint of citrus that quickly falls behind everything else. And it has, at least to my nose, a clear similarity to another fragrance out there. A pretty popular fragrance, you could say. It's this one, Dior Sauvage, more specifically the eau de parfum. Why the eau de parfum? Well, mainly because of that vanilla. The vanilla here creeps in pretty quickly. It starts to come around all the other notes and provides the support for the other notes to play off of, and that's more akin to the eau de parfum version of Sauvage than the eau de toilette. That said, there are clear differences between the two as well. The citrus comes across much more clearly and cleanly in Sauvage eau de parfum as compared to Derby Clubhouse Intense for Men. Whereas with Sauvage, you immediately get that citrus with everything else playing along with it. You don't get so much that kind of alcohol tinge in the open. Also, Sauvage eau de parfum, it shouldn't be surprised, but it has more depth. It smells higher quality, has more richness to it, has more evolution to it as well. So if you were hoping that this was going to be like a one-to-one of Sauvage, like really close to it and a really great clone of that fragrance, it'd probably be pretty bummed. It's not that awesome. If you're looking for a straight up closer clone that Armaf does of Sauvage, you'd be better off getting Ventana. Actually, I'll just grab them real quick so I can show you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, but you'd be better off if you're looking for just a straight up one-to-one getting this one, Ventana. So if you're looking for a straight up one-to-one of Sauvage, then Ventana, that's a good choice from Armaf. If you want kind of a twist on Sauvage, you could get the Pride of Armaf, which is a little Sauvage meets Luna Rossa Carbon, and Luna Rossa Carbon already smells like Sauvage, so or Hunter Intense, which is a little bit Invictus meets Sauvage. So those three options, those probably will suit you better than this one. Anyway, back to this one, Derby Clubhouse Intense for Men. As it dries down, it maintains that ambroxan from the opening, but it's not as prominent in this fragrance as in the actual Sauvage, or also as in the other Armaf fragrances that I just mentioned. I mean, it's definitely there. It's just maybe not as overloaded as some of the other fragrances of this style. And then that vanilla is gonna stay there from the opening into the dry down. A little bit of amber comes out, so you have additional warmth added along with that sweet vanilla. And a little bit of woodiness, a little bit of fresh spice as well, but not enough to really pick out like individual notes. They're just kind of all muddled together there. The quality on this fragrance is not too bad when you consider the price. It's under $25 for the full presentation, so it's really cheap and it smells good for the quality. Does it smell better than the other three that I mentioned? No. I think if you're looking for a Sauvage alternative from Armaf, better options are those ones I talked about, Ventana, Pride of Armaf, or Hunter Intense. They're like 3 different flavors of the same style of ice cream or something. But this is still not a bad smelling Sauvage Eau de Parfum take. It's like Eau de Parfum with the twist. So that's all good, all gravy. And maybe a lot of you out there would want to test it out, try it out, because you want to see, is this a nice alternative? Could I use this instead of Sauvage? It's way cheaper. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is, for me, this is yet another fragrance, and I've reviewed a few of these lately that are like this, that has crap performance. Now, initially, the projection is pretty good. When you first spray it on, it's maybe not as strong as Sauvage, Eau de Parfum, or Eau de Toilette, but it still projects enough that you can easily smell it. Other people can smell it as well. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, we could have something here. So when you first spray it on, initially a little crappy, little rough, but once that alcohol smell dissipates, not too bad. The problem is the projection will very quickly die away, very quickly off my skin. About 30 minutes in, it's just almost non-existent. So once that projection dies down, you don't have a ton left as far as the longevity goes. We're looking at a fragrance here that's got about 4 hours off my skin. And when you're looking at a Sauvage alternative, which is a strong fragrance that lasts a long time, 4 hours is not really gonna cut it. And that's equally bad because this is, in case you missed it, Intense for Men, and it's an Eau de Parfum. Don't know about that. Now, I haven't done this, so it's possible. Maybe you just go real heavy with this one. Maybe go real heavy, and initially, the first 30 minutes to an hour, you're gonna just choke people out, but then after it starts to settle, maybe then you get a little better longevity. Maybe you spray it on your clothes and rock that way. For me though, I don't think you have to make those concessions, because if you're looking for a cheaper Sauvage, I told you 3 of them right here, and there are other ones out there, other fragrances that'll give you a somewhat similar vibe that won't cost you as much as Sauvage, but that perform much better than this. So that's gonna be the big drawback here. That's gonna be the thing that I think would break it for a lot of guys. Now, as far as versatility, seasons, all that stuff, like with pretty much any clone fragrance or inspired by fragrance, use it when you would use the original. And with Sauvage, that means basically just whenever you want. I mean, if you want to be real specific, you could say, oh, I think better for spring and fall, and maybe it leans more toward this or that, but I think don't overthink it. Wear it when you want, because blue fragrances of that style are made just to be used as a dumb reach. So there is a reason I fear that Derby Clubhouse Intense for Men is not mentioned as much as many other of the clones that they made. The reason it's not mentioned as much is because it's not as good as the other clones that they already make, that's already doing the same thing, already copying the same fragrances. So with this one, I'm gonna call it a blind buy failure, even though it was only $23. The quality is not quite as nice as the 3 I mentioned here already by the house. As I've said a number of times, the performance isn't there either, and so I don't think there's really a reason to buy it. But if you have smelled this one and you do like it, or maybe you don't like it, just let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I'll link this one and the other 3 in the comments below. All right, guys, that will do it for me. Thank you for hanging with me. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you again another day with another fragrance video. Armaf Derby Clubhouse, intense for men, not intense.